This evening I have with me Vince Clarke, the quiet, talented man behind the keyboards of Depeche Mode, Yazoo, The Assembly and, most currently, Erasure. Now, Vince, that's quite a lot of bands to have been involved in 10 years. You're quite a restless chap.
Well, I was restless, you know. I was born under the sign of Cancer, which makes me indecisive.
All right.
But now I think I've mellowed out, you know.
Yeah.
I'm quite settled in the band I'm in.
So you started off with Depeche Mode in Basildon, and you wrote 3 hits for them. You had an album, went into the top 10, and then you left the band. Why, when it was riding on a sort of tide of success, why did you peel off?
Well, at the time, I just felt that the band wasn't going in the direction that I would have chosen to go in, you know. And, you know, we had our arguments and our problems and everything, and also everything was really new to us. So I think the pressure was much greater then.
Do you think you're very much one voice as far as music's concerned?
Well, I tend to be sort of pretty dogmatic, you know, especially in the studio. But, you know, I think it's because when we first started and we were first in the studio, you know, everybody wanted to do everything, you know, because we were so kind of excited about it.
And it tempered you. I mean, you personally didn't want to be sort of outnumbered in that way by so many members of the group.
Well, yeah, I mean, and everybody felt the same, you know, hence the friction.
Right. Would you have, at that time, I mean, did you see a great band in Depeche Mode? Even when you left, did you see something that was going to go on to the great heights that they have done?
I felt that it was a really kind of a strong basis, you know, because, you know, everybody was pretty determined, you know, even when I left, you know, to kind of continue and do well. So I think all the characters were really strong. Yeah.
Would you go and see them play again if you had the opportunity?
If I had the opportunity, I would, certainly, yeah. I mean, I prefer to see them in a... I mean, they tend to play massive, you know, kind of arena, and I prefer to see them in a club, you know.
Do you think their sound is now tailored more to a massive spectrum?
Well, definitely, yeah. I mean, because, like, you know, I know that they have kind of a lot of special effects and a big kind of production on stage. Yeah.
You couldn't see yourself still on that stage with them now?
Well, no, I mean, I'm not... I don't regret, you know, leaving the band. I don't... I mean, I'm very happy, you know, now. Yeah.
You went on to form a collaboration with Alison Moyet, started a band called Yazoo. Did you, at the start of it, having left Depeche Mode, have a definite idea of what musically you wanted to get out of this?
No, not at all. We had no idea at all. I mean, it was just... I was just grateful for a record deal, you know. I presumed that when I left the band, that the record company would no longer be interested. It's
strange, because this is another alliance that goes to great success, and yet again, you know, it falls apart. Well, it doesn't actually fall apart, but you leave it at the end. You split. How did that come about?
Well, I think that was more due to the fact that we were both interested in two completely different types of music.
How did the name Yazoo come about?
Well, it's a town in America, and it's a river, and it's a blues label, and it's another American band that sued us.
I see. Well, we're now going to take a look at one of the songs that you had a hit with from Yazoo. It's a track called Nobody's Diary. Welcome back. I'm talking to Vince Clarke. This is a band history. Now, Vince, you're not like one of the most sort of sparky, chattiest people I've ever met. How do you cope with the sort of all the publicity and interviewing that being a musician has to put on you?
Well, I just got stock answers for every question.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it for 8 years, so...
So we're not going to get any spontaneity tonight?
No.
Oh, damn. Got any fireworks? Now, Alison Moyet was the first of a string of one-on-one collaborations that you started up. And then from that, you went on to do The Assembly. Now, what was the idea behind this?
Well, that was really intended as a project, you know. That wasn't a group or anything, you know. We just... I'd written a song, and... I think in one of the pop magazines, there was a rumour in the gossip column saying that Fergal Sharkey was going to work with me in the future. So the record company thought that would be a good idea. And we phoned him up and he said, oh, all right then. And that's how we did it.
But it wasn't just sort of a platform so you could work with lots of different artists?
That was the idea, but it just proved impractical, you know. I mean, because there were so many egos to deal with.
Yeah, it's always a big problem, isn't it? Yeah. Well, anyway, now we're going to take a look at the track you did get together with Fergal Sharkey. It's a number called Never Never. That was the one hit for you there. Well, Vince, after Fergal Sharkey and Never Never, you wanted to do a single with Paul Quinn, and then The Assembly sort of petered out. Why?
Well, we had problems with getting the right producer, and the whole thing was just taking too long, and we were just spending our time messing about in the studio, you know. And by that time I got really, really fed up with the whole thing, you know, so I went home and started decorating instead.
But what had you been looking for in the assembly? Have you been looking for someone to team up with, or...?
Just a kind of an easy kind of situation, you know, where I wouldn't have to deal with any problems or anything like that, you know, or with other people, you know.
It's weird because you'd have thought you'd have been able to link up with lots of other musicians who were, you know, currently working and stuff.
Well, I think that most people assume that when you're a musician, you know, you just join this big club and everybody knows each other, but I mean, that's not true at all, you know. Nobody knows anybody. I mean, everybody says hello, you know, on the pop shows and stuff, but that's as far as it goes.
Well, you took your quest elsewhere, back into advertising in Melody Maker, and you came across young Andy Bell. Now, how did things start out between the two of you?
Well, what we did, we held auditions for people, you know, and we had like 40 applicants to these auditions, and we gave each person 30 minutes each to learn 2 songs, and recorded everybody, and kind of Andy won. Andy won? Yeah.
Now, Vince, a lot of rock stars go into the music industry because they want money and fame and the ability to throw TV sets out of hotel bedroom windows and stuff like that. That doesn't strike me as you. Are you in it for love or for money? What would you say?
Well, I love doing it, and I love the money.
So it's love. Oh, you love doing it and you love the money?
Yeah.
Well, there's a bit of both in that one then. Well, Andy Bell's quite a different performer, isn't he, from most of the other people you've been linked with? He's quite sort of charismatic and energetic. Do you find his stage performances changing you in any way?
Not really. I think it makes me more and more introvert, you know, because I think on stage, you know, there's only really room for one person to really be boisterous and go mad, you know. Yeah, I mean, I think
How do you think bands like Trouble Funk get on then?
Well, I think that's a different kind of situation, you know. When we play live, I think it's more of a personal kind of thing with people, and you know, Andy tends to talk between the songs to everybody, you know. Yeah. And talk as much as he can, you know.
So we're not going to see you, you know, giving us a hoedown on the front of the stage or anything?
There could be an electric guitar solo on the next tour, somewhere along the line.
Wow, look out for that one, look out for that one. You become quite keen on physical fitness and health. When did that start up?
Well, that started off, we did a tour supporting another band in America for 7 weeks. And we got so bored, you know, because like we were playing one night and off the next. So we all started going to the gym and that, working out.
Vicar in his cell, doing the old press-ups.
Yeah.
Well, Vince Clarke, thanks very much for coming in and having a chat with us. Now we're going to take a look at the most recent number that came out of Erasure. It's called The Circus. All the best, mate. Thank you. Bye-bye.